indeed, and welcome into the Guest Room Podcast. It's your host, Mike. That's Kevin over there.
Open.
There's Andy. And there's KD.
Door.
Open the door, y'all. That's our advice for you today. Oh, speaking of which, did we get fortune cookies? I missed mine.
They're right there.
Someone eat? Okay.
We'll just read it aloud?
Save that for later.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I said open because I was hoping you would say sleigh.
Oh, as in a one-horse open sleigh?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
Is it?
Yeah, Jingle Bells. My kids love that song.
Who's that by?
Tchaikovsky, I think.
All right.
Turns out he wrote everything.
Everyone else's fortune today is open the door. My fortune today is... See, I hate when it's not a fortune.
Yeah, mine wasn't a fortune.
It's like an advice.
It's a compliment. Your charm is irresistible.
Wait, I'm going to open this one.
Thank you, Panda.
It says, serendipitous characters are slaying Roman principles.
What? Like, see, that's not even a fortune.
like,
But it does have the word slaying, which is kind of close to Jingle Bells. So that's nice.
that is true.
Fair. Now, listeners, this is a trivia-based podcast. We play games. We have fun. We laugh along the way occasionally. But we also invite you to play a game along with us, and that's called the Secret Phrase Game. Now, the Secret Phrase Game, one of the four of us has been given a secret phrase. And at some point during the airwaves of this podcast, that secret phrase will be uttered. It's your job to figure out who it was and what they said. You can submit your guess to the guestroom@gmail.com.
And why they said it.
And why they done said it. Although you don't get points for that. It's just kind of interesting. Hey, guys, we have a game to get to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game of Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
And
tell me more.
We could just call it Jeopardy, but it's the Guest Room Podcast. So instead, we're going to call it a Jeopardy.
Oh, gross.
There was some syllabic things happening.
Quad syllabic, in fact.
Did you do that, Jay?
What are syllables?
It's you'll learn. You'll learn someday.
Explain.
I actually, no, you won't. You're in the forest of wrong on that. Today's episode has been prepared for all of us by yours truly. So I'm just go ahead and spew my categories, and you can type them up there on the board. Thank you.
Okay.
First category, name that boast.
Gross. The fact that you capitalize that is just gross.
It's like, name that boast.
Yes, no, it looks wrong to me. Does it look wrong to you?
Second category.
Not as wrong as it looks to you.
Okay.
Name that toast.
Oh no, it's gonna be.
Ooh, name that.
These are all going.
Name that most. Name that.
I will allow the person who gets the most of my
following categories.
Name that roast.
Unused
Name that
categories.
roast. Name that roast.
Okay, question 3. Category 3. Name that post.
Name that Yoast.
I don't know that many yosts.
Name that ghost.
It's probably a thing about football coaches or something.
Yeah.
Name that ghost.
Category 4. Name that roast.
Roast.
You got roast.
All right.
Category 5. Name that ghost.
That was KD.
Mm-hmm.
Category 6. Name that host.
You got 0.
And, well, you actually got 2 of my unused categories, which means you will be going first. Because
Yes!
the categories I decided not to flesh out were name that coast, which was going to be really boring.
West.
Name that most, which was going to be like, I don't know, Guinness World Records and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the last one, name that Yoast. But
What's a Yoast?
Coach Yoast is the coach in Remember the Titans. I looked up like every line he utters, and you guys would be able to get like one of them.
I could get more than one.
Turns out everything he says is overshadowed by someone else's line before or after what he said, except I don't want them to gain another yard, and you blitz all night. That's about it. All right. Kevin, you will be going first.
I want you with me.
Yeah. You cooking my grits? No, that's Herman Boone, right?
You overcooking my grits.
Oh, overcooking my grits. I hate that.
Yeah. Name that.
Do you want any explanations on anything? Or
I like going in blind.
Yeah, no.
All right, just blind.
Yeah.
Name that host for 100.
Name that host.
This could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And while you didn't ask for it, this will be...
I don't want it.
Okay.
I don't want it. I
Don't
want it. I don't want it.
Want you.
Explanation.
Okay. I wasn't sure where you were going to go. Look that up. Google it, my young crunks. All right, question 1. No, that's a pub quiz thing. That's not how we do that. Name that host for 100 points. All right. This host was the second voice to appear on episode 1 of The Guest Room. Katie.
Kevin.
It is Kevin, yes. But it wasn't the way we originally, or the way we currently introduce ourselves. It was him piping in about something else. I forget exactly what. Well done. That's 100 points for KD, and the board is yours.
Let's go to name that post for 100.
Name that post for 100. This person, in general terms, is responsible for managing and directing the day-to-day operations of the United States.
Kevin.
KD.
Who is the Postmaster General?
That's correct.
No, he was asking.
That was a question. Let's go name that post for 2.
Name that post for 200 points. This artist's name was derived by KD,
Who is Post Malone?
inputting his birth name into a rap name generator. His face reportedly looks the way it does due to his own efforts to annoy his mother. That's correct, Post Malone. Katie, the board is yours.
Name that post for 3.
Nicknamed the Mailman.
Katie.
KD.
Who is Karl Malone?
That's correct. Considered one of the greatest power forwards in NBA history.
He's a post player.
Yeah. Okay.
Katie, the board is yours.
Name
And
that.
also, he's nicknamed the Mailman.
Okay.
Interesting. Name that post for 4.
This soccer star eclipsed bad memories of his grotesque bronze bust with the second most liked post on Instagram of all time, announcing that his partner was pregnant with twins. Andy.
Who's Cristiano Ronaldo?
That's correct. Do you remember the bust that was made of him, and it was like super ugly?
Yeah.
And the world was outraged.
500.
Pew, 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 pew.
Make it a true.
A
Why not?
true with his 400 points.
You'd
each
rather
turn.
do that than go for the 500 that the question is worth?
Can I do that?
I don't know.
I don't know the
I
rules.
think we've allowed that in the past.
Yeah, I'll do 500 then.
All right, so
So you could go to negative 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems weird that I should be allowed to do
ridicule
that.
anything he does.
Of course.
Seems weird.
Andy, final bid is
500.
500 points. A big old... going for bigger than a true.
Yeah.
All right. This serial by Post reportedly accompanied explorers to Antarctica in 1933,
Oh, good.
soldiers to Panama in World War II, and Edmund Hillary to Mount Everest in 1953. No one knows where its 2-ingredient name came from, neither of which is actually found in the cereal.
2-ingredient name? Can you repeat that part?
No one knows where its 2-ingredient name came from, neither of which is actually in the cereal.
Bran flakes.
I'm sorry, the answer is grape nuts. No grapes, no nuts. Andy, the board is still yourn.
That's my dad's favorite cereal.
Grape nuts?
Yeah.
Gross.
Our dad likes them too.
Yeah.
They're disgusting.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they cooked every batch in 1933.
They like break your teeth when you eat them. Name that post, 600.
All right. With 56 million likes, the most liked post of all time on Instagram simply featured this, upright on a white surface. Its stated goal was beating Kylie Jenner's previous record of 18 million.
No clue.
Guess for no points.
Boop, boop, boop.
Stick figure.
Banana.
No clue.
So you guys were not part of the 56 million. I'm sorry, the answer is an egg. It's just a picture of an egg under the name, I think it was like world record egg. And all they wanted to do was get the most likes.
And they succeeded.
They did.
Wow.
And crushed.
Wow. Okay. Name that toast for 100.
Name that toast for
Love it.
100. This, by the way, is...
I don't need to know.
Okay. Often uttered when raising glasses, it's also the name of
Katie.
a... KD.
Cheers.
That's correct. 1980 sitcom.
Oh, you're doing it.
Yeah, 200.
Sorry.
While its origins can be traced back to Brisbane, Australia in 1929, it wasn't listed on a modern cafe menu until 1993, and only recently, thanks to Instagram, has taken the hipster and vegan worlds by
Kevin.
Kevin.
Avocado toast.
That's correct.
Huh.
Kevin getting on the board with
Yay.
avocado toast. By the way, do you like avocado toast?
I've never had it.
It's good.
It's good.
Is it just bread with avocado?
Yeah.
And salt and
it's-
butter.
Yeah.
Maybe some other, like, I don't know, everything bagel spice or something.
Yeah.
Like
Everything bagel seasoning.
Bacon and eggs on there too.
You can find that somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter,
At my house in the morning.
she calls Mr. Potato Head Mr. Avocado Face. That's her name.
I'm gonna go with name that host for 200.
Name that host for 200 points. This host was introduced as the Hype Man on episode 2 of The Guest Room.
Katie.
KD.
Andy.
That's correct.
Really?
Yeah, you introduced yourself as the Hype Man.
Oh, no.
We were all going around.
Oh.
It was like Mike the host, Kevin the something, and Andy the Hype Man.
Wow.
KD, the boom whacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back and edit that in.
KD, the board is yours.
Let's go to name that toast for 3.
Name that toast for 300 points. Under this alias was the following toast given. To high treason. That's
Katie.
What KD.
Under this alias. Ooh. Paul Brown.
That is correct. I'm just going to go ahead and finish the toast. That's what these men were committing when they signed the Declaration. Had we lost the war, they would have been hanged, beheaded, drawn and quartered, and, oh, my personal favorite, and had their entrails cut out and burned. So here's to the men who did what was considered wrong in order to do what they knew was right. What they knew was right. Katie, the board is yours.
I want that document, Mr. Brown.
Wait, you're not American?
Name that toast for 4.
Name that toast for 400 points. This character, in a film by the same name, makes the overly sappy toast to his love interest. Never lie, steal, cheat, or drink. But if you must lie, lie in the arms of the one you love. If you must steal, steal away from bad company. If you must cheat, cheat death. And if you must drink, drink in the moments that take your breath away.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shoot. I've seen
Kevin.
Kevin.
Hitch.
That's correct.
Oh, darn it.
Wow, I wasn't sure if anyone would get that one.
I was stuck on, like, Ocean's 11.
Yeah. Stay there.
Stay there.
Name that host for 300.
Name that host. Bouncing back. For 300. This host was revealed to share a name with the first recorded streaker of a professional
Katie.
sport. KD. Sorry.
Michael
That
O'Brien.
is correct. On episode 3 of The Guest Room.
Let's go back to name that toast for 5.
Name that toast for 500 points. This film featured a nuptial toast that ended by saying, "We all different, but in the end, we all fruit."
I haven't seen this, but that sounds funny.
Again?
This film featured a nuptial toast that ended by saying, "We all different, but in the end, we all fruit."
VeggieTale?
They're vegetables, except for Bob, who's a fruit. And also
A lot of things.
Larry the cucumber. And also
Isn't the whole thing like none of them are fruits? Or none of them are vegetables?
Larry the cucumber.
Wait, is that
there's
the
a couple
thing?
of there's a couple of asparagus.
The French peas?
Asparagus? Is
Yeah.
that a thing?
I don't know.
By the way, do you guys have the thing where you eat asparagus and then about 15 minutes later when you're using the restroom, or in
Yes,
this case,
it
15
smells.
hours later,
Oh, yeah.
you smell asparagus?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
awful.
Yeah, it's
Apparently
awful.
that's a genetic thing.
Yeah, it is.
I've
There's also
never
a genetic
seen
thing where cilantro tastes like soap for some people.
Yep. Sucks to suck.
Fascinating.
Yep.
But I kind of like the asparagus
Yeah.
thing. It's kind of fun. It's
Yeah.
like a superpower.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Anyone?
No.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm sorry, I'm looking for My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which I've never seen.
Ah.
But yeah, he goes through this whole explanation of how like one of their last names means apple and the other one means orange, and so they're very different. But in the end, we all fruit. I think okay. KD,
Name that toast for 6.
name that toast. This Hebrew word, often uttered when clinking glasses, literally means to life, and is the name of a well-known song in the
gosh.
musical Fiddler on the Roof.
This needs to be in my brain.
Kevin?
Kevin,
L'chaim?
that is so correct. You even have the chet in there.
I
Wow.
am so disappointed in myself for not getting that immediately.
Name that host for 400.
Name that host for 400 points. On episode 4 of The Guest Room, this host claimed to donate more to charity than the
Katie.
average Kevin.
Kevin. And the average bear.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't you like preemptively say that because you were about to say something Very.
He was talking about hating children.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
That was
saying
great.
that
Sounds like
the 2 days that sports radio just talks
Yeah.
about donating
Yeah.
money to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the worst. Oh man, that's the worst.
So like to be like, guys, I'm not terrible. I donate more than the average bear. However, I want to listen to sports radio when I want to listen to sports radio.
Absolutely. You
Sports
still remember
radio
my
station.
point, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
All right, name that host for 5.
Name that host for 500. This host, on episode 5 of The Guest Room, brought us our first themed Jepisode board, including the category High Class.
Katie.
KD.
Here's the problem with this category.
Is that you don't remember stuff?
Yes, because you and I, like, you're not playing on this board.
No.
These two edit these things.
I don't remember what happened 3 episodes ago.
I know, but he's the one that listens to it first. You barely listen back to check him on what he does.
I listen to everything.
Yeah. KD, the board is yours.
Name that host for 6.
Name that host, closing it out. On episode 6 of The Guest Room, this host was ripped for making a joke about a missing Malaysian Airlines flight.
Katie.
KD.
Mike.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Andy.
Andy is correct.
Oh man.
He
Are
said
you
something like, is it too soon to make a Malaysian?
Yeah.
Darn it.
And we all agreed, yes, it is. All
Score
right,
update?
so after 3 categories, half the board gone, what's our score update?
Andy at 500, Kevin at 1,200, Katie at 1,900.
Darn it.
KD has done a lot of guessing to only be 700 points ahead of the second place person.
I would like
Yeah,
to
he's
be-
done 11 guesses. Andy and Kev together have done 6.
Wow.
Okay. Andy.
Name
What was
that
yours?
boast for 100.
Name that boast. Now, this one I will give you an explanation because you need it. I will give you the year and the brag, and you need to give me the braggart.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, for 100 points. 47 BC. Veni Vidi Vici.
Kevin. Caesar Augustus.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Katie. Julius Caesar.
That's correct.
Augustus was Octavian, the next guy.
Okay, you've said way too much already.
I wasn't sure if... I know there were a lot of name changes that happened, so I wasn't sure who changed their name to what. Katie, the board's yours.
Boast for 2.
1964. I am the greatest. I said
Andy.
that...
Kevin.
Who did you say?
Andy.
Me?
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali.
That is correct.
We were busy
Okay.
groaning.
Andy.
Groner mamas. 300.
German aromas. For 300 points. 2013. Sorry, losers and haters, but my IQ is one of the highest.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Donald Trump.
That's correct. And you all know it. Please don't feel so stupid or insecure. It's not your fault.
Wow.
When you were reading that, I was like, it's either Trump or Kyrie Irving. I don't know which one.
That would be a good category.
Yeah. Remember your T Swift versus
Trump or Kyrie
Run
Irving.
for Kyrie.
Name that boast 400.
Name that boast for 4. 2016. Sorry I'm late to the party, guys. I was busy cashing my 80 million video game check and transferring 53 million into our joint account.
Say again.
Sorry I'm late to 2016. Sorry I'm late to the party, guys. I was busy cashing my 80 million video game check and transferring 53 million into our joint account.
I have a guess for no point.
What's the points?
Yeah, I also have a guess for no points.
Looks like
You have 700. I have 1,400. Katie has 2,000.
And guess for no points.
boop boop boop.
Kanye.
Ninja.
Dr. Disrespect.
Other side of the couple, Katie.
Darn it.
Kim Kardashian.
Shoot.
Video game shit?
Yeah, she had an iPhone game, like I forget what it's called, but some stupid Kim Kardashian iPhone game. And so that was a tweet that she tweeted. Board
Wow.
is still Andy's, I believe. Did you get Donald Trump?
No.
No, Kevin did.
Oh, Kevin. Okay.
Name that boast for 5.
Name that boast for 5. 690 BC. As for Hezekiah, I shut him up like a caged bird in his royal city of Jerusalem.
Oh. KD.
KD.
Sennacherib.
That is correct.
That's what I was going to say.
Wow. Way to pull that out.
Thanks. Name that boast for 6.
Name that boast for 600 points. 1830. I am a real ring-tailed roarer of a jawbreaker. From the thunder and lightning country down east, I make my breakfast on stewed Yankee and pork steak, and by way of digestion, rinse them down with spike nails and Epsom salts. Can out-eat, out-drink, out-work, out-grin, out-snort, out-run, out-lift, out-sneeze, out-sleep, and out-lie anything in the shape of a man or beast from Maine to Louisiana.
What year?
1830.
Hold on.
Hold on, what's it called?
Hold on, cold.
Keep holding on.
I believe there's only 3 potential right answers.
Wow.
I've got 2 in my mind.
Man, I just don't know if I'm going to have a better opportunity to get a bunch of points at once. I can't.
Boop, boop, boop.
I would have said Daniel Boone.
So I would have said John Henry.
Davy Crockett.
And if it's not Daniel Boone, there's Davy Crockett or William Henry
This
Harrison.
is Davy Crockett.
Wow. I thought I pictured Davy Crockett as a humble guy.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's multiple times in literature, I guess in history, he is notated. His nickname is a ring-tailed roarer. So, Kevin? No, KD, you got Sennacherib. So,
I
KD,
did.
the board is yours. With 2 categories to go, have we had much score movement?
Andy 7, Kevin 14, KD 25.
All right. KD, where will you go?
Let's go to name that roast for 1.
Name that roast for 100. Joseph Gordon-Levitt addressed this roastie and said, "You were so good in The Sixth Sense. How did
Kevin.
you..." Kevin.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. How did you pretend not to care while a 10-year-old acted circles around you?
Oh, we may have found a category that I can beat KD at. 200.
In the Anglosphere, this is one of the meats often served at Sunday lunch or dinner. Yorkshire Andy.
Pot roast.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Continue.
Yorkshire pudding is a standard side dish. When sliced, it is also sold as a cold cut and used as a sandwich filling.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Roast beef.
That's correct.
Roast beef and all the trimmings.
What is Yorkshire pudding? It sounds gross.
It does. Let's put it this way. Anything with a British word in a food item
Followed by pudding?
is not
No,
good.
just anything.
Just any, okay.
Well, no, that's not true.
Worcestershire?
Yeah. Can I just bring you around when I need to say that word?
300.
Okay. For 300 points, name that roast. In 2018, rapper and magical beer perpetuator Snoop Dogg said of this roastie, "Why not? It wouldn't be the first time you pushed a black family out of their home."
In what year?
2018.
I have a funny one that's wrong.
I also have a guess that's wrong.
Do you guys have any guesses that are right?
I have one for no points that might be right.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop.
George W. Bush.
Mine was going to be George W. Bush also
I was going to say Pete Davidson.
for Hurricane Katrina.
Oh. Do you guys remember who was president after Barack Obama?
Yeah, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
He's roasting him in 2018
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
while he was the sitting president.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know that it was an official roast.
Huh.
I think it was an official roast.
Okay.
I don't think a sitting president would sit for an official roast.
Our answer was better, Kevin. Let's give us points.
Yeah. Also, we had like historical context.
Yeah.
There's no historical context for that's provided for what was just told to us. 400.
All right. For 400 points. While sitting next to Snoop Dogg, this roaster said of Justin Bieber, "Let's get to the reason I'm here tonight, which is to give Justin Bieber some tips to use when he inevitably ends up in prison."
Kevin.
Martha Stewart. That's correct.
Mm.
I've been in lockup, and you wouldn't last a week, so pay attention.
She
The first thing you'll
sit
need
next to Snoop Dogg.
is a shank. I made mine out of a pintail comb and a pack of gum. It's so simple. I found Bubblicious works best, and it's so much fun to say.
500.
For 500 points. George said this. George said to this roastie and former fellow cast member, "My name is George Takei, not Takai, like you've insisted on pronouncing it for the last 40 years."
Kevin. William Shatner.
That's correct.
Mm.
Remember Takei, like in to pay. Who is Magic Head? Where are you going?
600.
For 600 points. Former U.S. Senator Al Franken said in a roast of this SNL Season 1 actor that the eponymous city in Maryland tried to change its name to Not Funny Maryland. Kevin.
Chevy Chase.
That's correct.
Oh my gosh.
It helps to have lived next to Maryland for 4 years.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Name that ghost for 100.
Name that ghost. Going into the last category, what we got?
Andy 5, KD 25, Kevin 32.
All right.
Let's face it, Mr. Frodo. I've lost.
And we're going to 100?
Yeah.
Name that ghost for 100. Created in the 1930s, this benign character appeared alongside friends Wendy the Good Little Witch.
Katie.
Katie.
Casper.
That's correct. And Hot Stuff, the Little Devil.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my new nickname for Andy.
Hot Stuff, the Little Devil.
I'll take it, I guess.
Ghost for 2.
Probably the best-known non-human ghost, this apparition allegedly haunted the high seas in the 18th and 19th centuries. It is also the
Andy.
secret... Andy.
Is it Davy Jones?
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Oh, crap.
It is also the secret way to order a plain beef patty at In-N-Out.
Oh.
Kevin.
Oh.
Kevin.
The Flying Dutchman.
That's correct.
Mm. That's his ship, isn't it?
What?
In Pirates.
In Pirates, but
Yeah.
Flying Dutchman is a lot older than that.
300.
All right, for 300. After shirking his oath in the War of the Last Allegiance, he and his men were cursed until given an opportunity in the late Third Age to fulfill their oath to a new king, Aragorn.
Oh, what's his name?
Cusco!
Repeat the clue, please.
Yeah. After shirking his oath in the War of the Last Alliance, he and his men were cursed until given an opportunity in the late Third Age to fulfill their oath to a new king, Aragorn.
I have no idea what his name is, but...
No, I can't believe this is only the 300.
I know,
point
right?
clue.
Yeah.
I'm not getting it.
Boop, boop, boop.
The Men of the Mountain.
I'm looking for one person, he
I know.
and his men. King of the Dead.
He wasn't the king of the dead beforehand.
Unless you name your son, like you could have named your son King of the Dead.
Yeah.
And then he would have been.
I mean, in Middle Earth, who's to say I can't? Kevin, I think the board is yours.
400.
For 400 points. Obnoxious, slovenly, and able to spew slime, he is the grotesque green specter from the Ghostbuster films.
Do I have a wrong answer?
I have a total stab in the light green.
In the marmalade forest.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, Hold On was called.
Can I give you, well, I don't know how much.
Between the make-believe trees.
You won't be helping KD at all.
Okay. I'll guess.
Kevin's winning.
I've only seen the movie once, so it probably won't help me either.
I've seen it never.
Andy. Ecto.
That would have been my guess.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Dang. My wrong answer was Flubber.
I like that.
You're definitely thinking of the right one. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry, the correct answer is Slimer.
Sounds like not a good movie.
It's not. 500.
Which ones? Because they
Yes.
have the new one.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen the new ones because
Okay.
the first one is not good.
500. While his son, the prince, may be the central character in the Shakespeare play named after him, without his father's ghost by the same name, there would be no story.
Repeat.
I will repeat. While his son, the prince, may be the central character in the Shakespeare play named after him, without his father's ghost by the same name, there would be no story.
Kevin. Hamlet.
That's correct.
Darn it. I need to guess when I'm losing.
I found you need to guess in this game all the time. 600.
It is the Guest Room Podcast. All right, for 600 points, closing out the board. Often overlooked, this phantom appears to Ebenezer Scrooge not as the ghost of Christmas past, present, or future, but that of Scrooge's former business partner.
It's one of those where we're going to hear it and be like,
Not me.
yes. It's on the door right at the beginning.
The door.
You use the same
Scrooge
voice
and-
for that and denied.
Read it again.
That was overly creepy. Often overlooked, this phantom appeared in... let me repeat. Often overlooked. This phantom...
overlooked.
Often overlooked, this phantom appeared to Ebenezer Scrooge, not as the ghost of Christmas past, present, or future, but that of Scrooge's former business partner.
The door.
It's not going to come to me.
Dude, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Really?
oh my! Bloop bloop bloop. You've never heard of the Ghost of Christmas Past
I have,
or
but
Ebenezer Scrooge?
I have heard of these things, but only in people just mentioning them.
Like Charles Dickens is pretty old timey.
It's like Edmonds or
Okay.
something.
No.
No,
Edmund Scissorhands.
no. It's on the door.
If I give you
The door.
the first name, maybe could you give me the last name?
Maybe.
Jacob.
Marley.
Yeah.
Yep.
Marley and Marley. Woo.
Is Jacob Marley played by Steve Geist? Or
I think it's Robert Marley.
oh, okay.
Remember the Jim Carrey one?
No, there's only one Christmas Carol. It's the Muppets Christmas.
Do you remember the Jim Carrey?
Yeah, actually, I came
Yeah.
across that in my research,
Uh-huh.
and there's like some other notable actors in it too.
Yeah.
that I was
Pretty
surprised
popular
about.
one. It was one of the first like remember when 3D kind of went through its big phase? Like,
Yeah.
everything came out in 3D. That came out in 3D.
It made me want to watch it.
When that happened, it made me want to never watch a movie again.
Yeah,
the
it was
3D
bad.
phase?
It
Yeah.
was really bad.
Well, because you always had to have those stupid glasses,
Yeah.
which I kept a bunch of and used them for various purposes. All right, going into Final Jeopardy, what are our scores?
Andy's at -100.
Oh,
Katie's at 2,600. Kev is at 39.
Not gonna lie, I looked over at the board and I thought,
You were at 700.
I thought I was just at 100, and I was like, oh, I don't need to guess. I would have guessed.
oh,
What would you have guessed?
yeah.
A wrong answer, but let's pretend I got it right.
Umbridge.
All right, your category is movie quotes.
Hey now, this is what dreams are made of.
Yeah.
What are the chances that there's a movie quote that I get that Kevin does not?
That's why I can basically wager 0 here and be
Yeah.
completely fine.
Yeah. What are the scores again?
You have 2,600. I have 3,900.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Katie.
Um,
Colonel Paul Mather, who's joining me in
yes.
our studio. Good afternoon, Peter.
Mike, do you still know that whole monologue from the Star Wars Darth Vader thing?
That's the same group that does that.
Oh, really?
Speaking of, I have a correction to make for a previous episode.
Oh, wow.
I accidentally said TK427. Why aren't you at your post? It's TK421.
Oh.
And as I heard it back, I was like, "Oh, that's gross. I said it wrong." So I apologize to all the nerds out there who are about to go ape on me.
Well, they probably already have
Yeah.
because this episode is
Way late.
tarried in
Yeah.
being released.
Okay, well, I apologize in advance in retrospect.
Okay.
I like that.
Kevin's time traveling now.
As Fergie would say, you're so 3,000 and late.
Actually, I think she said you're so
2000 late.
No, it's actually incorrect. That's one of those Mandela effects.
No way.
Look it up.
What's the other lyric?
But the
then?
other lyric is,
I'm-
we so
Isn't-
2008.
I'm pretty sure it's
You so 2000 late. Umbridge.
Umbridge on the Mandela effect.
Is it the double Mandela effect with Andy?
Oh, is that a thing? It's embarrassing to admit that you're wrong on the air, so you don't have to. If you're silent, we'll
it's
we'll
a
take
boom boom
that.
pow, right?
Yeah, but you could also look up everybody poops.
Poop poop.
One of the greatest Bad Lip readings of all time.
Not better than Russian Unicorn.
That's also fantastic.
I'm so 3008.
Wow.
I'm so 3008. You're so 2000 and late. So yes.
What? I'm so.
We're both.
2008.
I was wrong, but I was.
It was like
right on
almost
the
a
first.
triple Mandela.
I'll give you
Yeah.
a little leeway
Yeah.
there.
So
Yeah.
is she saying that she's futuristic?
Would you rather be given leeway or latitude?
Latitude. Yeah.
Okay.
Latitude sounds like a privilege. Leeway sounds like a concession.
Yep.
All right.
I don't know. All right. The wagers are in, except for Andy's, because he doesn't get to do that.
The wagers are in.
Clue. This 3-word phrase was the protagonist's second line of dialogue in a 1962 movie, the first in a 25-film series.
Repeat.
This 3-word phrase was the protagonist's second line of dialogue in a 1962 movie? The first in a 25-film series. Nape Grubbs.
I'm afraid that you got this right. Because it was a pretty easy question. Which means you would win, because I only wagered 2 points.
I mean, this is not a good category for me, but I think I got it right.
Andy?
Definitely got it right.
Yeah.
Did you Google it?
No.
Okay, I knew the answer to the question before the question
definitely.
was finished.
Definitely
being
got it right.
All right.
And then that makes me feel less good.
Andy says, chickens jockin' my style. Jockin'?
It's from Boom Boom Pow.
Oh. I haven't actually ever read the lyrics of Boom Boom Pow as literature. That was uncomfortable.
Chickens jocking my style.
I thought it was jacking. I thought the chickens were jacking or something.
Mandela effect.
Jocking. No. Jocking my
There's
style.
a lot of things that happen with that song in our brains. I can't think when I gotta poop. And they both say Bond, James Bond, meaning KD has sealed the victory.
Woo.
Because he wagered 100% of his 2,600 points, bringing him to a grand total of 5,200. And Kev has gone up to 3,902.
That was a really unfortunate set of circumstances for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I think, I don't know. That's, what question was
Series
it?
probably would have been better if they would have started with chickens jocking my style. Maybe they would have made it past 30.
I love how you couldn't find a phrase in that song that was actually 3 words, but
Well,
it was
it was 4. It was like,
I don't know, Boom Boom Pow?
yeah, but it didn't fit right.
What?
It
didn't fit right.
It didn't fit right.
I had
Like
3
chickens
blanks
jocking
and-
my style.
Future Cybertron.
What do you think his first line of dialogue was?
How about them chickens?
Well done, KD.
Thank you.
You got a movie quote, which I didn't think could happen.
Yeah, that was well played.
Wow, that one still
Well,
stings.
well deserved, KD. Well done.
Thank you.
Hey, listeners, if you heard a secret phrase that just didn't sit quite right, then go ahead and submit that guess along with who you think said it to theguestroompodcast@gmail.com.
Who do you think said it?
I honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
If you're right,
Oh, wait, can I submit my
you can
guess?
submit. Yeah, I'll let you submit.
Sweet. Thanks.
I'll give you some leeway.
Not latitude.
No.
Can you be provided longitude?
I'll think of a way.
Okay.
Perhaps gravitas.
Or circumference?
Ooh, yes.
By the way, to he who shall remain nameless that
Delta?
called me out for using the word circumference. That was a Ron Wolfley quote. Listeners, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. Thanks for telling all your friends and your moms.
I didn't know Voldemort listened to our podcast.
Yeah, he's a huge fan. Ever since we started mentioning Harry Potter. Quidditch has come up a couple of times.
That's right.
Our houses, which...
Harry Potter Puppet Pals. Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea of a nose job.
He yearns.
Voldemort, it's a thing.
Do you have to have something to work with, though, like before you go in for the surgery?
Unknown.
Like the consultation, he shows up and they're like, oh, we can't do that.
We don't need plastic. We need like molding clay here.
So for all of us here, at the
Molding clay
Guest Room
exam room
Podcast,
1.
for KD, for Andy, for Kevin, and for Voldemort's surgeon, I'm Mike. And as always, farewell.